JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, police seize gun in St. Anne, 4 people in custody. 4 people, including a woman, were arrested following the siege of Smith & Wesson Springfield 9mm pistol during an operation in Liberty District, Brownstown in St. Anne on Tuesday. Reports from the Brownstown police are that about 5:45 p.m., lawmen were in the area when the premises was searched. During the search, the illegal gun, which contained 11 rounds of ammunition, was found hidden in a sofa. The 4 occupants of the premises were subsequently taken into custody. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Construction worker gunned down in Mountain View. A 21-year-old construction worker was chased and shot dead by gunmen in the Mountain View area of St. Andrew on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as Ricardo Taylor. Reports are that while Taylor and a colleague carried out work at a construction site in the area, they were pounced on by armed hoodlums. Further reports are that Taylor ran up on seeing the member was chased. He was later shot several times before his attackers fled from the area. The police were summoned and the wounded man was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Manchester farmer charged with illegal possession of firearm and assault. The Manchester police have charged a man with illegal possession of firearm and assault at common law following a daylight attack on another man on Sunday, January 30. Charges 38-year-old Robert Johnson, a farmer of Sobeys Hope in the parish. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 9:30 p.m., Johnson and another man had an altercation, during which Johnson allegedly pointed a firearm at the man and threatened him. Johnson fled the scene, but was later apprehended at his home and subsequently charged. His court date is being arranged. Man in custody after gun seizure in Augustown. A man is now in custody following the seizure of a gun on Baymont Road, Augustown in St. Andrew on Wednesday. Reports from the St. Andrew Central Police are that about 6:40 a.m., a police team was following investigative leads when they went to a house on Beaumont Road where they seized a burst and 9mm pistol with 13 cartridges during the search. The identity of the man arrested is being withheld pending further investigations. 19 people killed by security forces since the start of 2022. 19 people have been killed by members of the security forces since the start of the year. This was disclosed by Hamish Campbell, the Assistant Commissioner of the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. Campbell was speaking during an INDECOM virtual press conference this morning. Campbell said the current trend means that the number could climb well past 20 by the end of February, as was the case in 2017 and 2018. Fatal shootings in the first 7 weeks of 2020, from January up to today, stands at 19. In 2021, for the whole of those 2 months, it was 17, and in 2020, it was 19. February is not yet concluded, but there is evidence of the same early increase and pattern to that of the 2017-2018 years, when by the end of January and February, over 20 had been fatally wounded. At the end of 2017 and 2018, totals were 168 and 137 respectively. Nevertheless, despite the shorter-term rise in fatal shootings, there is a longer-term trend and a broader piece of a significant fall in security forces shootings, Campbell said. In 2021, 127 people were shot and killed by the security forces, and a further 68 were shot and injured. In 2020, there were 115 fatal and 92 non-fatal shootings. 2021 saw a 10% increase in security force fatal shootings over 2020, which equated to 12 more people being killed. The increase in 2021 is the second consecutive year where there has been an increase in fatal shootings. In 2019, there were only 86 people shot and killed. The year 2020 saw a 30% increase over 2019, but last year saw a 47% increase over the low of 2019. The Assistant Commissioner highlighted that over 17 years, from 2005 to 2021, there were 3,105 people killed by the security forces. Campbell broke up the 17 years into 2 parts to make the point that from 2005 to 2013, there were 2,145 people killed. From 2014 to 2021, 960 people were killed, which represents a trend of reduction in fatal shootings. For 8 years, shootings per year were always just over or under 100. Those 2 time frames, 2005 to 2013 and 2014 to 2021, represent a 55% reduction in fatal shootings, and clearly this last year, we will not see an increase to overmatch what was in the first period. There is some significant change, albeit slow, in the Jamaica Constabulary Force culture and practice, primarily in their operations and culture of shootings. Leave Canterbury alone. Although the inner city community of Canterbury and Montego Bay has not recorded a murder in approximately 4 years, the area is still being stigmatized, according to the commanding officer for the St. James Police Division, Senior Superintendent of Police, SSP Vernon Ellis. I see places like Canterbury being listed on a TripAdvisor website as one of the most dangerous places in Montego Bay. In 4 years, we have had 0 incidents in Canterbury, Ellis said during the recent regular meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation. The senior St. James policeman noted that with the parish being so heavily dependent on tourism, Jamaicans should be mindful of the narrative that they push regarding Montego Bay. We'll have to be careful with the narrative that comes out of Montego Bay, considering the tourism product. Sometimes the statistics will frighten people and make it seem like we're having an increase because we're comparing it with one of our best years, our state of emergency year, SSB Ellis warned. I don't want it to go out and tourists don't want to come to Jamaica because they said Montego Bay, which is the tourist capital of the Caribbean, is having an increase. So we must be careful in that narrative, Ellis continued. While acknowledging the growth of community members, Jamaica Labour Party councillor for the Montego Bay South Division, Richard Vernon, pointed out that through the work of many state agencies, Canterbury has been transformed. This is commendable, knowing what the community has been through. It is indeed a success, and I want to commend not just the state agencies that played their role in ensuring that Canterbury is at the position where it is now, but also the residents who have tried to ensure that their community is a better place, Vernon said. It was a mixed approach in terms of dealing with crime in the community. There was much social intervention done, but also some level of policing. It is not just hardcore policing that will bring a community from a place of violence to peace, so we had to implement social resources, said Vernon, who is also Montego Bay's deputy mayor. It is noteworthy to state that the community went through a certain level of transformation, not infrastructurally as we would have liked, but socially. It has transformed, and it has done so without implementing a zone of special operations ZOZO, Vernon said. But, as one Canterbury resident, Shamona White, said, though the residents have attempted to move past their stint with violence, society is still trying to paint our community black. We are still being judged for our past, but our Canterbury Ambassador Youth Group, as well as Councillor Vernon, Social Development Commission, SDC, Sandals Foundation, and the Observer West have been working very closely in maintaining and promoting peace in the community, she said. White added, Canterbury is known in history as a volatile community, and that stigma is stuck with us. We do have a past, like everybody else, but Canterbury is not involved in any form of violent activities that are taking place now. So instead of continuing to focus on our past, just give us the space and time in society to grow. White, who is also president of the Ambassador Youth Club, pointed out that through our leadership and support from community members, there have been numerous social events held in the community. Reuben Robinson, another resident of the community, shared that he has experienced discrimination by just sharing his address. Living over Canterbury means that we're automatically stigmatized, he said. It looks like we need to change the community's name, because whenever they hear about Canterbury, it's like they expect something bad. Even when I go to work and mention Canterbury, everything changes, Robinson stated. Robinson shared that he, too, has benefited from the social inventions implemented in the community. I've been part of an entity that transforms youths who are troubled into different individuals, the Peace Management Initiative, said Robinson. Jamaica reports 83 new COVID cases, 14 deaths. Jamaica reported 83 new cases of COVID-19 and 14 fatalities on Wednesday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 127,377 and the death toll to 2,769. Of the newly reported cases, there were 40 females and 43 males with ages ranging from 11 months to 108 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine 12, Westmoreland 3, Clarendon 6, Kingston and St. Andrew 21, St. James 11, St. Elizabeth 7, St. Mary 1, Manchester 7, St. Anne 2, Hanover 0, Portland 2, and Trelawney 2. The country also recorded 278 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 74,150. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 10.3%. There are 271 people hospitalized, 7 of them critically ill. There are 1,537 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.